Volcanoes are incredible natural phenomena that can be both beautiful and terrifying to behold. But what would happen if we decided to dump our trash into them? When most people think of volcanoes, they imagine a giant mountain with a molten lava lake at the top spewing out smoke and occasionally taking out an entire city. However, there's another type of volcano that might be a little more suited to our needs. These are known as supervolcanoes. Unlike their smaller cousins, supervolcanoes don't build up a molten lava lake at the top. Instead, they have magma chambers beneath the surface. The magma slowly seeps up through the cracks in the crust and then spreads out laterally before erupting. This means that instead of having a small pool of lava at the top of a volcano that you could feasibly contain, you'd have a much larger area to fill with trash. Plus, because supervolcanoes erupt less frequently than other types of volcanoes, you wouldn't have to wait long for your dumping ground to fill up. However, this idea is far from without its problems. The first issue is that while the magma chamber might seem like an endless pit, it's not. Eventually, you'll reach the bottom, and once you do, you'll have a whole new set of problems on your hands. Depending on the type of trash you've dumped, you could end up with toxic waste leaking into the earth, or even worse, making its way into the water supply. Not exactly what you want to be dealing with after an eruption. The second issue is that while it might seem like a good idea to get rid of all our trash in one fell swoop, that massive eruption is going to send all that trash flying through the air and very likely around the world. Depending on how far away you live from the volcano, you might find yourself covered in someone else's garbage. And if you live near the volcano, you might just find yourself buried under it. Even if you avoided these two issues, there's still a third much bigger problem. Volcanoes are there to help keep our planet at a comfortable temperature. By dumping trash into them, you could throw off the balance of gases and materials that are meant to keep our planet habitable. If it gets too cold, we could enter another ice age. If it gets too hot, well, I think you can imagine the rest. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why don't we just dump the trash into an active volcano? Wouldn't that solve all of our problems? Well, yes, it would. We wouldn't have to worry about the trash polluting our planet, and we could put it safely out of the way. But there's one small problem with this idea. While it might seem like a good idea to get rid of all of our trash all at once, active volcanoes are dangerous and unpredictable. If you dump trash into an active volcano, it could cause an eruption. And if that happens, well, let's just say you're not going to be around to enjoy the view. There is, however, a fourth option, and it might just be the best one yet. Some scientists believe that we could actually trigger an eruption by dumping trash into a volcano. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why don't we just dump the trash into a volcano and then run away? Well, the truth is, we actually could. But there's no guarantee that the volcano will erupt. So it's probably better to just deal with the trash ourselves. But seriously though, there are a few reasons why scientists think we could potentially trigger a volcanic eruption by dumping trash into it. First of all, volcanoes are sensitive to changes in pressure. And when you dump a lot of trash into a volcano, you change the pressure inside the magma chamber. This can sometimes be enough to trigger an eruption. Secondly, volcanoes need a certain amount of gas to keep the magma in a liquid state. If you dump trash into a volcano, you could change the amount of gas in the magma chamber, which can also lead to an eruption. Finally, volcanoes rely on a delicate balance of heat and pressure to keep them stable. If you dump trash into a volcano, you could disrupt this balance and cause an eruption. In theory, if we dumped enough trash into a volcano, we could trigger an eruption that would destroy the volcano and get rid of our trash problem at the same time. But in reality, we don't really want to try this out. We don't know exactly how dumping trash into a volcano would affect it. It could lead to a massive explosion that kills hundreds of thousands of people. So it's probably best to leave the volcanoes alone and deal with our trash the old-fashioned way. So what should we do with all of our trash? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching. See ya.